The much-awaited India-United States trade deal is finally here, announced, applauded and already making rounds. On Monday, after a phone call with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, US President Donald Trump revealed a new trade agreement with New Delhi. It includes lower tariffs, wider market access and a promise, at least according to the American side, that could redraw India's energy map. So, what exactly has been agreed? Well, let's start with the numbers. Donald Trump says he is cutting tariffs on Indian goods to 18%. That is a sharp drop from the earlier 50%, which was a combination of a 25% reciprocal tariff and an additional 25% penalty. Imposed over India's purchases of Russian oil, the deal eases months of friction between the two countries. Washington has long argued that India's oil imports from Russia indirectly fund the war in Ukraine that it wants to end. New Delhi, on the other hand, has maintained that energy security is non-negotiable. Now comes Trump's big claim. He says Prime Minister Modi has agreed to stop buying Russian oil and instead buy much more from the United States and potentially Venezuela. India has confirmed the tariff reduction. Prime Minister Modi welcomed Trump's decision to cut tariffs and even praised his leadership. But on Russian oil, there is no official confirmation from New Delhi. And that distinction matters. What we do know is that President Trump and PM Modi share a warm personal relationship. The US leader calls PM Modi one of his greatest friends and even described him as a tougher negotiator than himself.
How is the talks with Prime Minister Modi going on a trade deal? And when do
going good. He largely stopped buying oil from Russia.
When do you plan?
And he's a friend of mine, and we speak, and he wants me to go there, and we'll figure that out. I'll go. I had a great trip there with Prime Minister Modi. He's a great man, and I'll be going.
Now, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi was among the first leaders to visit the White House after Trump's return to office. Yet, despite the warmth, trade talks had stalled over Russian oil, until now. In a Truth Social post, Trump mentioned very few details of the trade deal. He claimed India would reduce tariffs and non-tariff barriers on US goods to zero and commit to buying over $500 billion worth of American energy, technology, agriculture, coal and more. India now enjoys one of the lowest US tariff rates in Asia, lower than China, lower than Pakistan, Vietnam, Bangladesh and Indonesia, though still slightly higher than America's European partners and Japan. In terms of American imports, agricultural goods are likely to see reduced costs. Tech hardware components may see competitive pricings, and packaged foods could see slight affordability. India's textile and apparel sector is widely seen as the biggest beneficiaries of the pact. The US accounts for nearly 28% of India's total textile exports. Gems and jewellery and chemical goods sectors will also benefit. This breakthrough comes almost exactly a year after formal trade talks between the two countries began. It also comes just days after India sealed a massive trade pact with the European Union, the so-called mother of all deals. But here's the catch. There is no detailed text of the trade agreement yet. What's certain for now is this. After months of uncertainty, the world's two largest democracies are back at the table. Now, all eyes are on what comes next.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, Firstpost America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is Firstpost America.